Facebook Livers. It's good to see you again today. I'm so glad you could join me. Recently, I've been asked by several people what my favorite scanners are. So I figured that's probably a great topic. I get asked this one really often. So today we're going to talk about my two favorite scanners. I've got one that I use on a regular basis from my phone. It's my app. And I have my desktop scanner. We'll cover both of them in today's Facebook Live. So welcome to the Spark Facebook Live. I'm Suzanna Kaye, if you don't already know me. I am a lover of coffee and tickle fights with my 8-year-old stepdaughter, and I'm also the owner of Spark Organizing here in Central Florida. We do one-on-one organizing in your home or virtually through Skype or FaceTime over the internet with you. I'm also the creator of 365 Project. This is the most exciting thing for me right now. I am loving it. It is an easy way to change your home by changing your mind with just reading a paragraph a day. It's amazing how the repetition of hearing those organizational thoughts changes how you think over time just by reading and consuming this content every day. And it's a super quick read. There are a couple days where we give you deeper concepts and really teach you the basics of organizing so you can incorporate it in your life. Now, if you've hopped on, say hi. I would love to see who's on and maybe where you're from if you've not joined us before. So in the comments below, tell me that you're here because I can't always see. But I wanted to start off this week again, as usual, with our shout outs. This week on YouTube, we had a great feedback from Servio. Thank you so much, Servio. I'm glad that you enjoyed the Rocketbook video. It is definitely one of our most popular ones. We have over 7,000 views and it just keeps going up. So keep on watching that, guys. I love that one too. And thank you, Servio, for that great feedback. Also, on our Facebook page, for the Spark Facebook page, if you haven't stopped by, please do. We have had over 440 engagements this week. People loving our stuff, sharing it, commenting on it. It's a really active area and I'm always sharing as much content as I can with you to make your life easier and more enjoyable. Now, you know me. You have probably heard me before talk about how I love to be paperless. But I'm a paper-based girl. When I write notes, when I think about things and brainstorm, as I create, I use paper a lot. Hence the Rocketbook video. I love my Rocketbook, and you can tell by the way that I've customized it with that video and all the new things that I've done with it to make it fit my day. Now, the problem is, as far as storage goes, I don't want to keep the paper. I would much rather be able to search later for what I need to find. Because if I use a really good file name with strong keywords, I can find anything in seconds. Unlike my file drawer, which means I have to actually physically file it and then go back and find it and purge it. I am a paperless girl when it comes to storage. So that's why scanners are so important to me. Getting from paper to paperless is essential, and the easier it is, the more likely I am to do it. I don't know about you, but I'm organized simply because I'm lazy and I don't like to look for stuff. So the easier I make it on myself, the more likely I am to actually complete it. I did an entire course on going paperless on lynda.com. If you've not already seen it, I'll post in the comments what the link to that course is. It takes you step by step from first paper and making those decisions all the way through to the very end where you've scanned everything and how do you back it up now. So check out that course, but scanners are the cornerstone of a good paperless system. Between my scanners and my filing names, those are it. If you've got those wrong, it's not going to work. So today we're talking about, first off, we'll talk about my desktop scanner that I use when I have a large amount of scanning to do. Then we'll talk about the less expensive option that is my everyday on-the-go scanning app. So, Fujitsu. This is my first scanner that I use all the time. It's a little pricey, I will tell you that. But it's called the Fujitsu ScanSnap Fujitsu ScanSnap iX500. There we go. That's the one that I swear by. I have used it for years. They have not even really done a whole lot to change it over the years because there's nothing really that you can add to make this better. This is solid. It is very high powered. It is expensive, I will warn you. If you don't have a whole lot of scanning to do, this is probably not for you because it's probably more power than you need. Stick with me, the app will be better for you. But if you are someone who has a whole lot of scanning to do, and I do some scanning projects for clients sometimes, so there are moments where I am rocking through a lot of papers. And this is my best tool for doing it. First off, one of the things I love so much about the Fujitsu is it is tiny. Gone are the days of those huge, big scanners that took up all of your desk just to be really loud and annoying. This is it. I have actually traveled across the country with this. This is the one that you will see on that Linda course. I brought my own scanner with me because I did not want to go without it. For a paperless course, I felt this was so important, and this fit nicely in my carry-on, actually. So you can carry it on in the airplane if you are crazy enough to need a high-powered scanner wherever you're going. It folds out very easily to a full-sized scanner. It can handle a lot of pages all at once with this tiny, tiny unit. It, like I mentioned, is expensive. We're looking at about $500 for the scanner. I spent the $500 probably, I would guess, about 8 years ago on this. I've not had a single problem. So it's money well spent if you do a lot of scanning. And I have taken this through the ringer. It works on PC or Mac. It's got a 50-page feeder with 600 DPI, really good quality scans. And the thing that I love the most, it can do double-sided scans all at once. So when it feeds through, it scans both sides at the same time, and you can create searchable PDFs with it. So after the PDF is scanned, it uses the OCR to recognize the text, and you can do your Control F, which is find, and within the document, you can search for certain words. So it is a searchable PDF. That's one of the choices. There are a couple different formats that you can scan to, and also this one is wireless. So if you connect it to the same network as you have your computer or your phone or your tablet on, you can scan directly to it. So the wireless feature is awesome. I don't really set up the wireless just because I'm in so many places with this sometimes. I just hook it right up to the USB. There was nothing really to do to get this hooked up. It was very plug and play, and it's kind of scan and play too. One hit of the button and I am scanning. It also links to Dropbox, Drive, Evernote, and a ton of other places. You can email from it. It just makes it super easy. It connects to everything that you're already using. Like I said, one hit of the button, we'll do this real fast. Super quiet, really fast. I've got it scanning both sides, color with searchable right now. So it's using a whole lot of thought and memory to pull this off. Now on the computer, what it does, I have it on my quick launch setting, which you can set up to whatever you want that to be. And I just click on where I want it to go, whether I want to send it to mobile, to Dropbox, to my email, or save it on the computer. And then I can name it. Give it that really strong file name with all of those keywords. So I can search like crazy instead of filing. And the more I can search instead of file, the happier I am. Let me clear off my computer screen with this. But that's all there is to it. The nice thing is, even if you aren't using this all the time, it's still, you plug it in and it is that one step, hit the button one time and it's just ready to go. You don't have to fumble with all of the software. So, lots to scan, Fujitsu, ScanSnap. I use the IX500, they've got a couple of different models, but this one is definitely my favorite. Now I also mentioned that I would show you my favorite scanning app. My favorite scanning app is called Genius Scan. Now there are a number of scanning apps out there. Genius Scan is probably equal to several others. It's just the one that I've been using for so long and I love so much, and it's relatively inexpensive. It's a one-time cost. I believe it was $10 or less. So go ahead, experiment, but I would bite the bullet on Genius Scan. Super easy. I'm using my phone right now, so I can't show you exactly how to scan, but the nice things about Genius Scan, you can find it in the Google Play Store, in the App Store. It's easy, quick, it's already with you. You can do batch scanning, which means more than one page at a time. So it'll create a PDF of multiple pages without you having to keep resetting to do another scan. You just hold your phone over the paper, it'll identify the edges of the paper and take the picture for you, and then wait for you to change out the paper to do the next page. I can get through a pretty decent chunk. I think if I were to scan this right now, and this is about 4 or 5 pages, double-sided, it would take me maybe a minute and a half with Genius Scan. Then I can give it that super strong file name again, and I can export it. It goes to Dropbox, Drive, Evernote, all of the normal places. You can email, you can save it right within Genius Scan. There are so many options. It makes it super easy. So after I've scanned it, I give it that super strong file name, and I just upload it right to my Dropbox to file, which is where most of my files go and live until I search for them and need them. Now, with paperless, the hardest thing is trusting it. So I say pick a category of papers or a couple days of scanning papers where you can just test it out. Don't start with the stuff that you're most concerned about. I would not scan my bank statements right away until you know what systems you're scanning into and their security levels. There are certain things that you don't want to just start scanning without thinking ahead of time. But things like the notes, brainstorming notes, ideas. This was a personality test that I took way back in the day that I would love to be able to look back and see what some of my strengths are. Just scan a few things and try it out. You kind of have to take that leap of faith and allow yourself some time to test it. So grab that category that you're not quite as concerned about. Maybe it's notes and brainstorming for your business, or ideas for things to do with the kids and notes for around the house. Scan those first and give them really strong keyword names and just try it out. The more you try it out, the more comfortable you will be and the more you will begin to trust the system. That is the only way to do it. You can't just jump headlong into it without knowing that your stuff is safe and that you can access it when you need to. So do a few that scare you, then a few more, and as you trust it, then you can take it on. Right, Ruth? Exactly. It's all about the trust when it comes to paperless, and it's not a leap. It's slowly dipping your toe in and learning to swim in the shallow end first. Now, if you enjoyed this, it's one of our quick lives. I have for you some of my top apps for productivity that I can't live without. It includes Genius Scan and some of my favorite other ones. To get this, go ahead and send a text to the phone number 44222. This text, all you need to do is write the word discovering. DISCOVERING, because you're discovering new apps, right? So text discovering to 44222, 44222, and I will send you my top apps guide with some information about how I use them for productivity. You can also click the link that I'll put in the show notes. I'll include the link to the paperless course. I'll include the link to the 10 favorite apps that I use for productivity. And then also every Thursday at 11 a.m. I'm right here on the Spark page. Now, the next 2 weeks I will be gone, but that does not mean I'm not going to give you your content. I will be giving you pre-recorded tips at the same time, 11 a.m., even though I'm out of town. I will be here on the Spark page. It'll just be pre-recorded instead of live. So I'll miss talking with you, but you'll get the same content that you would have gotten if I was here. If you want to find out more, you can check me out on sparkorganizing.com or check out the 365 Project. If you want the easiest way to make a mental change that will change your home forever, go to my365project.com. It is a daily read of about a paragraph usually. There's a couple days where we do a concept, and it also has a really good private Facebook group that you can use for accountability, for encouragement, for support, for more ideas, for brainstorming, and exclusive access to me in a way you don't get anywhere else. So go to my365project.com and I look forward to having you as part of that group. Now remember, whenever you get stuck and you can't get past it, remember it is not that hard. It won't take that long. You can be sure that you can do it or learn as you go, and nobody will judge you. Remember those 4 things and you can get past that procrastination barrier and be the amazing you that I know you are. I hope you have a great week. Keep rocking it. Keep doing what you're doing. I absolutely love you, and I will see you next week. Have a wonderful one. Bye.